send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
Oh! Damn.
Introducing Jake Johnson, Ross Johnson, and Jacob Weber. This is The Reach Around.
Are we at 14? We're at 14, right?
You bet.
This is episode 14. Guys, we are back. We are fucking back. I hope that if they are here, aliens are like Optimus Prime, because we need that motherfucker.
Oh, what a
He's the
perfect
GOAT.
voice. What a perfect voice, man.
He is the GOAT. Big week for us. Jake and I saw Oppenheimer today in Tulsa. IMAX.
Oppie!
Nice.
Oppie. Good old Oppie. We will
Barbenheimer.
get into... Yes, we will get into that in a second, but I think we probably should start with a little conspiracy corner.
Whoa! Bringing it out early today! Whoa!
Yeah, I just figured that Optimus would be a more lighthearted and a good guy, hopefully. Something like we would need from Alien Friends, potentially. But guys, Sean Ryan, if you haven't checked out his channel, which he's very popular on YouTube right now, but he did a series of 3 videos with guys that pretty much were in the military or had something to do with the government, guys that went and testified in front of Congress under oath. And it was pretty eye-opening. You know, you gotta, I guess, take the people for their word. Of course, they don't have what Jake wants, the crystal clear videos.
I'm telling you, right now,
Eyewitness
mother-
accounts. July 26th. Eyewitness accounts.
Yeah, July 26th, we will see Commander David Fravor, Ryan Graves, and then some other guy going to be asked questions by the UAP task force. So that's going to be a big one. I'll definitely be watching. And that is assigned homework for this podcast. So we'll figure it out one way or another. And trust me, I watch all...
We're 0 for 3 on assignments right now.
Well, yeah. Bro, I've watched all of the UAP task force. They're always the most boring thing you can possibly see. Half of them are all, you know, you could tell that it's like just total bullshit. But I really enjoyed the Sean Ryan, the 3-part series dealing with UAP and UFOs, which I guess is the same thing. But I was in particularly kind of captivated by this guy who said that he worked on Antarctica. And it brings me back to all the stories from Richard E. Byrd. He was an admiral in the U.S. Navy and one of our last great explorers in America. We sent him, and I think with several ships, a bunch of aircraft. He had like a small army that was basically exploring Antarctica, probably for military purposes.
Is he with Mr. Witwicky?
Yeah. Yeah. No. What was Rip Witwicky's thing? He was like, "No surrender, no glory," or whatever the hell he said.
no glory!
Yeah. Richard E. Byrd was pretty well known in the UFO community for basically having this secret diary that he claimed Antarctica was home to another Earth, hollow Earth, another civilization, people that have been here all along.
Aren't there like pyramids under the ice on Antarctica?
I mean, I don't know if that's a fact, but I know people have talked about that. Antarctica's weird. It really is like the last frontier of Earth that for some reason, every country on this planet basically has said
wants to stay away from.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a no-fly zone in certain areas, and I know part of that. This guy that was on the Sean Ryan podcast basically was saying the no-fly zone is from ground level to I think 8,000 feet because they're trying to do experiments on like the pure air of the area, so they don't want it tainted with aircraft, which I guess that makes sense.
Taint.
God damn it. This fucking guy. So, Antarctica is this like weirdly protected part of the world which has nothing. It's basically barren for what we know.
It's the tainted world.
Supposedly there's entrances to Hollow Earth. There's like Ross said, pyramids. This guy was saying that he was a part of the South Pole crew. He was like part firefighter, part like electrical worker. When you go down there, you have to have many hats. Like you can't just be one thing. I mean, unless you're like probably like a doctor, I actually worked with the guy that had the official South Pole station jacket and worked down there
sick.
Worked down there. It was black navy blue with red pouches. If you see this video that we're talking about, which we will link to the podcast, it's the same one. Of course, I was thinking to myself, like, of course, the cook would be the fucking last guy anyone says anything to. Someone could like be running into the kitchen and be like, "Bro, I just saw the craziest shit," and this, be like, "Dude, I'm trying to make fucking dinner right now. Get the hell out of here! Like, I don't have time for your bullshit."
I've seen the TikToks of
everyone needs to eat
down there.
Yeah.
She does 4 jobs.
Yeah. And so this guy, when he was on Sean Ryan's podcast, definitely had pictures. I mean, he was there, so it's not like, well, what was he even at this place? He has all these pictures. Some of it corroborates exactly what he was talking about. This guy definitely goes into really weird shit. Like he basically was like, there's a way of using quantum entanglement that we can talk to our star fleet. Like, apparently the United States has a fleet of spaceships.
Space Force.
Listen, I want to believe in everything, but the guy's starting to kind of lose me on that part of the podcast, especially without some more evidence. But I mean, he is going to talk to Congress, and I mean, what the things he was saying was pretty wild. He did say that we have the ability to send lasers way out into space and communicate with that, which we, here in the common folk, we don't have that yet. But there's actually a picture of this telescope on their website that shows a green laser just being shot into the sky. Kinda. I mean, obviously not as big and cool, but I mean, there's a laser that's shot into up into the sky. So I'll see if I can't even find that. But
Would you work on the South Pole?
If I wasn't married and didn't have dogs, I'd consider it.
I feel like
I wouldn't want to.
I feel like it'd be pretty lonely.
It'd be weird. I mean, it'd probably be, I don't know. Because I talked to this guy I worked with, and he was like, yeah, like I really enjoyed it. It's really busy work. I used to have like this weird obsession with working on naval ships. So like being in a galley of like a fucking, battleship, or we don't even have those anymore.
Lots of seamen and
yeah, the boys. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be like peeling potatoes in the South Pole for 6 months and it being like impossible to go outside because it's so cold. But the videos I've seen from it down there does look kind of cool. It's like a whole community inside of like what looks like something you would see on another planet.
Bunker, isn't it?
But yeah, well, and it also sits like part of it sits on top of the ice, elevated from everything. But yeah, if you go down there, like if it was me, I'd probably be like a cook. I'd work on electric motors, work on like cable and wiring systems, maintenance related shit. But I don't even know if they make good money. What would you do?
Does it look like that one landing spot in Fortnite over there?
Oh, well, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it does actually. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Rob, what would you do?
I don't know what I'd do.
Whoa!
I'm looking up.
Oh, is there not a bank there?
Ross,
I
there's
hand out
something
everyone's
behind you.
money and
Yeah.
all that. It says $60,000 to $200,000 a year, depending on specialty. So, like, the doctor.
Damn, 60 grand? I'm in.
IT, there you go, Jake. Can earn base
Hell
salary
yeah.
75.
Let's go, man. I just want to go clean the poop from the penguins.
It'd be so funny if you got down there and it was like that whole station was built for like smaller people. They're like, oh shit, you're 6'6"?
He's like ducking the whole time.
Man.
The whole time he's just like, hey guys. So what this guy in the Sean Ryan podcast was saying was Antarctica is the place where we're not only communicating with our fleet of ships out in space, but they have directed energy weapons down there, kind of like the HARP system that people have talked about.
Like some
This
railguns?
guy was, this guy's claim was that America accidentally caused the Christchurch, New Zealand earthquake. I don't know what exactly.
How's it
what
America's
year it
fault?
was. Well, apparently they turned this thing on for the first time and they didn't fully understand it. And, you know, I don't know all the fucking science jargon, but this guy was like, we fucked up and accidentally caused an earthquake in an allies country.
So we could drop
So-
a nuclear bomb and split atoms on the surface without doing anything, but this low frequency caused earthquakes halfway around the world.
Yeah, directed energy weapons. And he said that we have abilities through directed energy that we can like put voices in people's heads, and it can be like my voice or it could be your voice. So his claim was that directed energy weapons is like what causes the Havana syndrome, because one of the symptoms of Havana syndrome is you can basically you hear voices in your head and you kind of go crazy. So this guy, I mean, some of the things you could kind of be like, well, that I guess I could see it, but part of it, like again, the fleet thing, bro.
We have the USS Enterprise just sitting over.
I want to believe so bad in UFOs, but the second that people are like, yeah, we have like a whole fleet, bro, come on. No one saw it? No one? We taking all the shit up there? I mean, it takes so much money to send rockets into space.
Oh, don't get Jake started.
Oh, yeah. Can we not even leave the atmosphere, Jake?
No, can't leave the atmosphere.
Hey, you heard Oppie today, man.
Oh my god.
We'll get into that.
Hey, anyways, on top of that, Antarctic, the South Pole.
Slide technology here.
Yeah. It was what was that? I don't know if does this have anything to do with like the advancement of like was it technology from like 20 million years, you know, basically to 50 years ago, like they didn't build like the rock wheel in like the last 5 years we got the phone or something, like yeah, like what was that?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Some people think that, like, yeah, the whole claim of we've found UFOs that were part of archaeological digs, or it could have been from a past civilization. Some people think that it was a part of the Antarctica thing. Like, they're,
Yeah.
you know, we can't go over it. You can't even look at parts of Antarctica on Google Maps. It's weird. There's actually a lot of smoke with Antarctica that there might be something on fire.
Well, it's like the thing that we talked about from like however long history of time, all the way the wheel, all the way up to like the 1850s. Like cart and buggy was the only thing, and then not even 200 years later, we have like high tech.
SR-71?
Yeah, SR-71s that fly,
That's how
and we can
Tom
go to
Cruise fly that.
space. Like in a matter of just 200 years, where the first, 10,000, we didn't change anything.
Yeah.
It's just kind of hard to believe. Or what was it, Andrew Schultz, comedian? He's like, for 4,000 years you built a pyramid, the greatest thing ever. In the next 4,000 years, you built Egyptian sheets. Like that's the best conversations you're dealing with.
Hey, those are nice, man.
Yeah.
That 10,000 thread count.
It's crazy to think
Exactly.
that we went from like the light bulb to an SR-71 Blackbird in like 200 years, like just
Yeah.
like 2 generations.
And, I mean, you can definitely, like, the world wars did a lot to advance technology, for sure.
Yeah.
There's no, like, if it was peacetime, I doubt that we would have all of these scientists. I mean, the Oppenheimer movie was a great example. Though the countries, when we were at war like that, they're throwing everything they possibly can, putting all the smartest people on all the impossible tasks.
Yeah.
And, I mean, fortunately, America has been the one with the industrial might and the ability to get that shit done.
Jacob, you would know, didn't like in like World War I or II, didn't they like stop using cast iron because it went to the war cause and
that's
they did
what
like
I said.
aluminum pans? Was that right? Was it something like
Yeah.
that? Where they like,
Yeah,
they,
I
like,
mean-
it switched from like iron pans to like the aluminum because it was easier, cheaper, and then the like heavy stuff went to the war fight or something
Right.
like that.
Well, and that's like people made like their vast generational fortunes just pioneering shit. Like, dude, the Hunts, the owners of the Chiefs, Hunt Foods was from a product of World War II, I believe,
Yeah.
because they were like, we need mass cans of food. Like all the food that we were getting to our guys in the Pacific and the European theaters, we sent via cans, and those government contracts is what led to those huge factories. And like the morons in Japan said, they woke up that fucking beast, dude.
Is that what kind of similar with that Neil deGrasse Tyson guy? That's what he was like. If I was ever to believe anything, it was like the Transformers stuff. Because like when the first one, like when they Megatron just frozen in the ice,
Yeah.
way down
Right.
below. And it's like, what if something like that happened? Like we have, like you said earlier, the UFO artifacts or alien type of shit. We just stole their technology, and that's why the advancement happened
Right.
with all of our technology advancement.
I mean, that would almost
It's
seem
in
more
Antarctica,
believable than like us learning, the car in 1914 and the assembly line in 100 years
Right.
later being like, 30 years after the automobile was invented, the nuke is invented. Like that's a lot in one lifetime. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has to start somewhere, and then just the amount of advancement in that short amount of time is crazy.
Let's go back way in time, man. Like, imagine like just like way back in the day. It's like the first person to like grill meat over a fire as opposed to just eating raw chicken every day. He's like, man, it's cold, bloody chicken just giving me the runs every day, man. Let's just try and throw it over a fire and see what happens.
Right.
The first guy that did it, people were probably like, "What the hell is this? This is gross."
Yeah, isn't that so cool, man?
That's like that. It just kind of like lends more to the theory about, you see the Giza pyramids. There's no depictions on those things of them being built,
Yeah.
and there's no mummies. Like it
There's
seems
no
kind
tombs
of
in
clear
it.
at this point. They're not from the Egyptians. They're from the people that were there, but they could be far older than what we thought they were. And maybe gods walked the earth. I don't know what those were. I think they might have been UFOs, but
Giants.
hey, man,
Thor
the
was here.
Kandahar giant, or the you remember the story that there was like a special teams unit and special teams unit.
Were they punting?
Special forces. We sent Harrison Butker and fucking
Tommy Townsend out there?
yeah, for sure.
Adam Vinatieri.
James Winchester was long snapping. We sent a special forces unit supposedly to figure out what happened to like a platoon of guys in Afghanistan, and one of our guys was hit by a fucking like huge spear, and then they shot this 15-foot tall red bearded giant for 30 seconds, everyone just opened fire. We need to get into Giants. I'm not prepared yet, but like Giants is one that is very
actually
weird.
Documented. Well, it's really weird because they're documented across history in like all different types of religion and everything. Like even
Yeah.
religion covers giants. Like they're part of history. It's just kind of weird that.
Yeah, and
There was some TikTok I sent you, wasn't there, about like how like there's some facility that guy worked at that was underground. And they were like, before you go down, you make sure you don't say anything, like can't say Jesus Christ at all and all that. Yeah, it was really weird. I'll have to send that to you.
I just don't know where to draw the line with the religions because it's people believe in it so much, but like where does it start to be a metaphor and when is it fact? When is it historical events? And then when is it the Nephilim or whatever? Like we have giants that are these like crossbreeds between, angels and humans or whatever the fuck they were. Yeah, and supposedly the Smithsonian just keeps destroying and hiding giant bones, but that's for another podcast.
Another day.
This podcast is turning me into a fucking crazy person. That's all I can say.
Have you ever seen the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell? Classic movie.
I haven't. Is that good?
It's fantastic. They tried to remake it like in the 2000s and it was okay, but like the original is fantastic. But it's essentially kind of everything we're covering. They're like on the South Pole and they discover something. And basically the premise of this is that it's an alien or some sort of species that's been here for hundreds of thousands of years. In the ice, they dig it out and it imitates. So like it imitates life forms. So like it can transform into a dog. It can be a human. It can't do anything like mechanical or like metal. So you have metal fillings. Yeah, exactly. So they like would check for like fillings to see if the people had them. But it's a great movie. But super interesting. I wish they would remake it like to modern times because the effects are a little iffy, but the movie itself is pretty good.
Right.
So check it out.
I will. Might even do that tonight, but yeah.
It's better than Claustrophobia that we used to watch.
Oh my god. Talk about a fucking horrific movie. Yeah, definitely check out the Sean Ryan podcast, not only for the UFO stuff, but his content's been amazing. I even watched the one with the human trafficking going along with the Sound of Freedom, the Jim Caviezel or whatever the guy's name.
Yeah.
He's the man, but dude, the series with the UAP shit is pretty nuts. I mean, we covered the Antarctica one, but there's a guy that claims he saw like a huge obelisk floating by itself in some mine that they were doing work in, and then a guy claims that basically the CIA has like a black program that they have UFOs to help with human trafficking.
We need
Like
to
I
find
saw
like a website
UFO.
to upload all these links for people.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have some sort of link for that. But very, very interesting stuff.
That's Antarctica, baby.
Jake, do you have anything to say about it?
Show me the
I'm
tapes.
just here so I can find.
What if
Yeah,
what
man,
if like
for real,
July
why is
20
every picture we have?
Speak, Jake.
Why is every video and picture that we have is something just the most grainy picture ever and video ever? You know what I'm saying? I have more technology right here in my pocket every single day than they had to supposedly put people in a basement in Hollywood to act like it was on the moon back in
You mean
1969.
the Stanley Kubrick film of stepping on the moon?
or the Zapruder film of JFK?
Hey.
We saw a fun
JFK,
JFK Easter egg in Oppenheimer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. Jake, you see a fly, or is the CIA back there?
Nah, I thought someone was knocking on my window. I think it's just Casper and Company.
Oh boy, dude, I keep watching like the scariest shit before I go to sleep, and I've been staying up late because still job searching. But, bro, haunted TikTok has been getting me. I even was watching a bunch of
Did you see the guy
Gettysburg
that like, leaves
ghosts.
his house?
Gettysburg.
Oh yeah, you sent me that one. The guy that leaves his house and then he like comes back in and then he went back and looked at the film. And there's like a head under the door jamb. Have you seen that one?
No, that sounds
I'm
terrifying.
gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
God
right
damn
now.
it.
It's so
Jake,
weird.
Jake, did you see the one from Gettysburg?
Yeah, man, the Gettysburg Address is good, man.
So, you saw that video of like what looks like a guy walking around those cannons, right?
Yeah, by the
You know
cannons
exactly
over
what
there.
you saw exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Is that good enough footage for you for ghosts? Just to
No.
just to be clear, what?
No.
You don't believe in ghosts?
I believe in there's like spirits and shit out there, but I'm saying like okay, so like what is your first instinct when you have a video? All right, so you got like a picture of all of us, right? And the ghost is barely over here, like barely right where my pinky or my finger is, right? Let's just keep the video where you can barely see this. Like, why would you not turn the whole camera over there and see so it gets right in the middle of the screen? You know what I'm saying? I realized that looked like a car dash camera, so you probably couldn't do a whole lot about it. But still,
Well, yeah,
I'm trying to get
that
a
camera's in a
1080p.
Okay, but like I'm pretty sure that was a 1080, like that wasn't like 1080p. It was a fucking fixed frame. It wasn't zoomed in or anything. But like ghosts are known to be, transparent. So like you're not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna ever get a good video of a ghost.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's plenty of ghost videos out there that people could have made them up. It could be real. I just don't know how you could ever prove ghosts.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, I just sent it to you.
God damn it! I'm gonna watch it
Yeah.
right now,
It's really short. You just gotta watch it. It's really creepy.
dude.
Yeah,
I'm
that
in
was
like a dark
crazy,
room
man.
right
It's just-
now.
He was just over there just walking by the cannons, man. And I went to Gettysburg when I was a little bit younger, so it's just crazy, man.
Dude, I genuinely believe, and we may have talked about this, but like you can kind of feel like the evil of a place. Like you hear stories about like Auschwitz, people that walk there, they feel it. Like I'm sure that there's things like that, but I think part of that is also knowing the history of a place.
Yeah,
right?
you think it's a subconscious thing? Like
I
if you were
wonder
just,
if it is, but
if you were just blindfolded and muted, and you were like you right now, it's like all right, you just get transported right to this place.
Yeah, like
and
I don't
you're just
think
talking about your
yeah.
feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that has a big factor.
It's like you and I grew up
yeah.
next to Stoll Church. I mean, like,
Was it
no one really would have thought anything of it except for the
some
story.
portal to hell or something?
Yeah,
or was it
like,
like
no
one
one-
of the portals.
Yeah, like weird.
Yeah, fuck, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Dude, it's scary.
Ghosts. They do scare me.
scare me.
I've never.
Dude,
I remember
the
seeing one.
paranormal
I think as
movies-
a kid. Huh?
The paranormal movies, like, for as low budget as they were great at like
Yeah.
creeping people out about like ghosts when you go home.
See, I mean, those definitely go into that like demonic poltergeisty. I want to see a physical apparition. I have a handshake agreement with my last living grandparent. Shout out Jimmy May.
Yay,
We have a
Jimmy
handshake
May.
agreement. That I told her, I was like, when you die, you have to come see me and be like, "What's up, bro?" And then like disappear or some shit. I told her, and she's cool. She's like, "I'm gonna die." She's one of those people that she just doesn't really give a shit, seemingly. But I've joked with her about this for years now. So we'll see. Not that I hope it's anytime soon, but
Damn, man. I was gonna
Jimmy
say.
May is supposed to show up, bro.
Any day now.
Hi, Grandma.
We'll see.
I
Grandma.
don't. Yeah, no, I just put that into the universe. I'm sure she's gonna like end up waking me up one day, being like, "It happened," and then like,
Oh man. I think like the whole thing with like so going off of that, connecting it to like dreams to me is wild. Like you hear so many stories about like people seeing ghosts in their dreams or like speaking to people in the past. The weird thing about dreams, have you guys ever had like a premonition dream where you see something that like deja vu, it actually happens?
Using too big of words. What is prohibition, premonition?
Premonition,
What'd
like you
say?
kind of see the future of what's going to happen. Like you see something in your
Like
dream
an
and then
event.
like a week later it actually happens. Like have you
Yeah.
ever had that? Like the deja vu feeling?
Probably.
It's super
Yeah.
weird to think like that your dreams kind of bleed into reality a little bit, and sometimes vice versa.
I don't know about like the demonic poltergeisty stuff, but I could definitely buy into highly energetic, deeply like emotional things like the Gettysburg footage. I could see that being like a replay of time. Something where like so much life was lost. It was such a traumatic event for that area that there's constantly people that maybe they didn't even know they died, that they're just constantly stuck in this loop of doing the same thing over and over again, like a guy inspecting cannons or people marching in troop formations. I could really get behind that, but yeah, when people are sitting there with like EVP machines being like, you know, you could barely hear like a distorted like, no, it's like, you know, what?
Are you here? Can
Yeah,
you
what
hear
is your
me?
name? It's like, oh, that guy's name was Kenny.
Oh!
Yeah.
Knock-a-doo!
Actually, that
Yeah.
was just Jake's stomach growling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That guy. That guy.
It's like, oh, that was just me farting in a corner.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, that whole thing's weird. It's probably just like a glitch in the Matrix, and it's just replaying the simulation over again.
So, do you guys believe in like the Yeti and like Bigfoot?
I don't.
Where do you stop your beliefs at? If you believe in some stuff but not other stuff, like where
Well,
do you
I mean,
stop?
where do you stop your beliefs at?
I mean, I don't really believe in aliens or.
Do you believe that
or
You don't believe in
Dinosaurs are
anything? You're not willing to put yourself out there, bro?
What?
Do
You're not willing to put yourself out there?
What do you mean? I put myself out there every single day, baby.
Do you
I'm not
believe
talking
in
about your
dinosaurs?
penis.
Or that the Earth is millions of years old?
Man, I saw some. Going off on a tangent, I saw something that was someone was like, "Yeah, dinosaurs weren't even real." I saw something like that on TikTok, man. I'm like, yo, man, like, there's actually bones out there.
Yeah, there's like evidence. There's physical evidence. You can go see it. You can go touch it.
Yeah. You can go to like an archaeological dig.
Yeah.
And what was that? We were
There's
talking about like
museums.
woolly mammoths were like alive, like in like when
During
Civil
the
War
building
was
of the
going on.
pyramids.
Yeah.
The pyramids or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they actually just found one preserved, right? And it was only like a couple thousand years old.
Yeah.
Couple thousand.
Well, I mean, that's back.
No,
when
yeah, I'm just like
that time was. I mean, it's just wild to think. Like, I believe that like dinosaurs existed for sure. Like how old the Earth is, if it's millions of years or not. I mean, we have rock formations, and like the Grand Canyon is literally a history of time in terms of all of the formations of rock. Like you can look back, carbon dating. Some people don't believe it or don't think that the Earth is a couple thousand years old. Some people still think the Earth is flat, even though they prove themselves wrong constantly.
Hey man, I'm just saying, all those old maps had Antarctica right in the middle. Every single map, it was working its way out. You got the Eye of Sauron over here, you got the Halo Ring over here. You know what I'm saying, man?
Middle
So-
Earth. Yeah.
Pangea,
Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of Yeti, I mean, we don't live in that region. We don't live in like the mountainous. Though I'm sure that if you went to the Pacific Northwest or places where the Yetis are supposed to be, that you could probably hear some more convincing stories. I've only seen shit on sci-fi of like Joe Rogan going into the forest and people like using infrared cameras and looking at shit at mountains. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That one is more hard to believe in my mind, but like so are like vampires. I don't think there's like a fucking vampire.
Vampire.
You know,
dumb.
I don't think
like-
werewolves
Dracula.
exist.
What I think Sasquatch was like a Neanderthal family
Was
that
it-
like,
is that the
somehow
same as the
miraculously
Yeti?
lived through.
Or a Nephilim.
whatever.
I mean, it could be
Yeah.
giants. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's still an uninhabited island that of people that don't have technology that kill people that show up. Like, it's not
Yeah.
all that surprising to think that there's someone out there that's a hairy Neanderthal wandering a vacant place or where there's no like living activity.
Jacob's pretty hairy.
You're goddamn right, I'm hairy boy. Bro, the oceans are so big. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple dinosaurs got left somewhere. I mean, the Loch Ness monster, that seems more plausible. Just because shit's so deep, maybe things just went way down and, you know, stays out of sight for the most part. I even saw TikTok the other day. There's like a huge, it's not like a cavern. It's a huge, like, what's the Grand Canyon? I guess it's a canyon. Just basically a place that whatever is in it can't get out. And they said that there's like, motherfucker, you don't even know words like 80% of the time, so don't give me shit. You're like sitting there.
What's Mount Everest? What is that thing? Is that a mountain? What is that, man? You know, what is that?
Yeah, that's where the Yetis are.
Oh.
Yeti cups, brother.
Hell yeah.
Sponsor us.
That would be
A
sweet.
void? Is it like a void? Or
A void? Yeah, I mean, whatever, like a deep valley that, like, whatever's at the bottom can't get out. I know that there's a couple places on Earth where there's, like, specific species of animals that are found only in these environments, and supposedly somewhere in, like, deep Canada, there's, like, you know, people have claimed, oh, we saw mammoths in, like, 1950.
Yeah,
You know,
there was.
but I don't...
There's like some movies that like kind of piggyback on like the pockets within, like they have their own ecosystem, so they've just thrived for thousands of years. Like maybe underneath the bottom of the ocean, it's just a thin layer of silt over like a gaseous layer that you can go below, and there's more there, right?
The Gungan City.
Yeah, but like there's a place where like they haven't had to come through that whatever juncture it is to go to the next spot. They've had their own thriving ecosystem. It's like the movie The Meg.
Yeah. Like Optimus Prime said, you know, they're amongst us now.
I mean, it's
They're
not
out
that
there.
all that unbelievable to think that there's something in the ocean that we don't know about yet. Like a kaiju.
That'd be fucking sick, dude.
Wild.
Dude, Pacific Rim is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'll always get hard watching that movie.
Could you imagine if there was something like that just came out of the ocean, just randomly?
Dude. Oh my god. Especially if it destroyed a stupid city like San Francisco. Just wipe that bitch off the planet. That'd be so cool.
Would we start building like the giant robots?
We'd have to do something if we were just throwing nukes and, you know, all of our airplanes and shit at it. It's like, well, obviously we gotta fight monsters with monsters of our own. Start up the Jaeger program, man.
I feel like we would just go underground like
I
a bunch
fucking
of
love
things. Like we wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
we
probably.
Wouldn't start the Jaeger program. We'd just go underground.
Oh god. Yeah,
of
we'd be
H-bombs.
total bitches about it. Speaking of weapons of mass destruction,
Ooh.
Look at this.
get out of here with that, bro. J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Oppie!
Dude, he's the man. We saw the movie today. Fantastic. Don't need to spoil everything, but it's all pretty much historically accurate as far as I know. But, wow. Jake, what did you think?
You bet.
I'd love to hear your opinion.
Man, I'm just a simple 12-year-old, right? I'm like a dog trying to chase a car, you know? It's just like, what are you going to do, you know? My attention span only goes so far. It was good movie. The sound quality was absolutely fantastic. You know, all the different sounds, the mindset of everything was beautiful. It was just a little bit long for my liking. And like I said, if you're into the history side of everything, you know, it's great. It was good. I just wish there was more more
Action.
I don't want to spoil. I don't want to. Yeah. I guess action.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I mean,
Especially for a
I could
3-hour long
see-
movie.
yeah. Let's just put it like this. I knew probably like 10 minutes in that this is not a Jake Johnson movie. I don't know. It just I thoroughly enjoyed it. The acting was fantastic. You could tell it was kind of
it was
more.
good.
It was more of like a human condition, type of
Like-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it's the United States asking J. Robert Oppenheimer to perform an impossible task, and then the powers that be take over once he achieves his goal, and they immediately get jealous with his popularity, and they turn him into a pariah. They make him out to be
The
someone
government wouldn't
who-
do that.
absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Hey man.
It's very evident that in wartime especially, they're like, hey everybody, like, let's work together. The second that war is then over and people that had all that power and all the resources, they immediately start trying to put everything aside and grab as much of it as they possibly can. You even see the scene that, without spoiling anything, Rob Oppenheimer goes to see President Truman, and he's a huge dick.
Shout out, Casey.
But shout out Casey, but fucking Truman,
Truman's from Kansas City.
yeah, he's from Missouri, so he's an asshole for that.
It
But
doesn't really count.
movie's fantastic. Especially if you like acting, like the real just dialogue with people. I mean, trust me, it gets long-winded at times. I 100% agree with Jake. It's a 3-hour movie that seems like it could have been two and like 15.
Was
Like,
there
they coulda
actually
cut
a
some shit
15-minute
out, but,
long
like-
sex scene?
No.
No.
I don't know where people got that. There was like there was some sex, but it wasn't like super drawn out, or I don't know, not really.
Hey, I've been saying this though. Wait, can we name the actress that it was? 'Cause, yeah, obviously,
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. I've been saying she is fine and dandy. In my opinion, she's better than the Scarlet Witch. Scarlett Johansson.
That's a tall claim, my friend.
Black Widow, right?
That's a tall claim.
Ever since I saw that movie with those two, what was that, Black Widow movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, because I think that was one.
What's
of
that
the first
called?
ones I
Black
ever
Widow?
All right, official ratings. Jacob, what's your Rotten Tomato score?
9.5.
Jake?
I don't know why.
What's the scale go to?
10.
I give it an 8.1.
Oh,
It's fantastic. It was
Commendable.
good. It was good. You
Okay.
know, like it was a good. Wasn't my. It was a good movie. It was a movie I could probably go a couple years without watching again. But like I said, it was. If you're into the history, you're into the acting was absolutely pristine. If you're movie buff, I'm not. I'm a 12-year-old kid. I love The Lion King. I love Frozen. But we got it. But there's like a lot of psychological aspects in it as well. Like why
Yeah.
does some of it? Again, I'm not spoiling anything because it's been in trailers. Why is some of it in black and white, and it's not in black and white? Like, there's just all kinds of shit in there that's like, and it
lot of
cuts
Easter
different
eggs.
scenes. Yeah, man. Like it's. I love
It's
talking
very
Easter
much, you can feel Christopher Nolan throughout the entire film because you have all the different timelines interacting and mixed up, which sometimes in his films gets kind of annoying, but Oppenheimer was, another one of his masterpieces. I mean, the dude doesn't miss. I didn't really like
did you
Tenet,
like
but-
this better than Interstellar?
No. Interstellar
Interstellar's
is
phenomenal.
Interstellar should be up there with, I don't know, fucking Titanic, Space Odyssey,
Shawshank.
2001. Yeah, I mean, Interstellar, especially with the Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
Oh my god, that
Who
dude.
directed the music in this one? The music was pretty good. It kept you on the edge of your seat, but it was like
wasn't. I mean, was there even a whole lot of soundtrack, Jake? I honestly
there
don't
was, like,
remember.
Ludwig
two-tone.
Göransson.
I think he
looked
did
it up.
Tenet. Too, but
Did
What's your favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Interstellar.
The Dark Knight.
I'm a big space guy, so you guys, that's mine. He did.
Oh yeah, no, dude, Interstellar is fucking so good.
He did Rocky, Creed, Creed 2, Venom, Tenet, and Oppenheimer. He's also done some Star Wars work. Black Panther. So,
Well, what I will say about Oppenheimer though, with especially the practical effects aspect of it, because supposedly there's no special effects. The scene, the one that everyone wants to see, it lives up. I mean, you got to see it in the theater first.
the actual Bible.
Yeah, the actual
test.
the actual
Dude.
test of Trinity.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Go to an IMAX.
it is
Yeah,
terrifying.
I wanna find an IMAX.
This movie does not end nicely. Like you leave it, you're like, fuck. We are gonna all kill ourselves one day. Like,
Just,
Oh, dude.
yeah, it makes you feel
I didn't
bad.
realize that Gary Oldman was Truman in the movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Jacob said that right away. I was
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is that, man?
I just heard you can hear his voice just a little bit, and I was like, is that fucking Oldman? But yeah, he doesn't even really look like him at all.
It's
Dude,
Commissioner Gordon.
Right.
He's in some good movies throughout his filmography. Like, he's got some good ones under his belt.
Dude, Oldman is one of the greats for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some good ones for sure. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, do, because then we can really dive into like the psychological aspects of it. Because yeah, it is definitely a mind fuck. They do a really good job of portraying just how government officials have their heads shoved so far up their ass that they just can't hear. They can't take criticism, and then it doesn't mix well with scientists, which are notorious pussies. They can't get yelled at even by Matt Damon general. Like,
Hey, he played that very good, man.
he was. I mean, dude, the acting was phenomenal. The cast was amazing.
Everybody was good.
It was so good. It's just it's gonna have to be a movie where you're gonna watch it a couple of times to miss or to get kind of all the little subtle nuances of it.
It's like Inception.
that's me.
Like, you had to
Yes.
watch it a couple times to figure it all out. And
Yeah,
Tenet,
I mean-
for that matter.
Oh yeah, Tenet for sure. That's where Tenet it kind of lost me a little bit, but that movie's still
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So getting on topic to something modern, not to get off the movies, but have you guys seen this thing going around about this Lena the Plug and Adam 22?
Yes. Dude, Antonio Brown said, "Let me get next, bro."
He already pocketed Giselle Bundchen, so it's like, come on. Now.
Oh my god. So the background on this essentially is that this Adam 22 dude is married to this Lena the Plug. He let her fuck some other guy, a black guy, right? Is that the reasoning was something bigger? And they came on like their podcast, and she was like, "Yeah, I couldn't have sex with you for a couple days after." Because
She was walking around with a limp and shit.
So,
Yeah.
like, people were like, "Dude, come on!" Like, this Adam 22. How are you living with what? Why are you okay with that? And he was like,
Are
"No,
they all-
I got."
Yeah.
He was like, "I got turned on by like all this," and then Antonio Brown was like, "I got next."
Yeah. He's a moron. But
And then
Are they all
did you see
three?
what she had said to him? Or no, one of them was like, "You're too little for me," or something like that.
oh yeah. Well, his dick is certainly not.
Was
Because
it?
I think everyone's seen it.
It was like Jay. What was his name? Joe.
Oh, the guy that actually like.
Yeah. Are they all three porn stars?
Yeah,
I know Adam 22 has his own No Jumper podcast, so he's had he has his own thing.
That's
So
super embarrassing for that guy. Like I don't know.
and they're married. He's married to Lena the Plug, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So would
And
you guys
I
ever
think
do
that they
No.
Do what?
Never. I would never do that.
wait. Do what exactly? What are you saying?
If you were married, like
What-
if you were both
what does
porn,
that
if
mean?
you were
What?
yeah, what? If you were both porn stars and like I got a lot of questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? So if you were both porn stars, that's kind of your line of work. Again, I don't know if Adam's in a lot of movies or films or
They.
clips or whatever they're called.
Would you like me to break it down?
Yes, please.
Please.
And also, while you're breaking this down, why are they all called porn stars when not everyone's a star in porn? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some good people. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think that you have to get like some AVN awards or something before you call yourself a porn star. Because pretty much now they refer to themselves as sex workers, which that's a nice term. If you have an OnlyFans or anything, you're a sex worker. But Adam 22 and Lena the Plug, they're known for having girls come over. They have sex with them, man, female, three-way, and then they have like that girl as a guest on the podcast, and then they like break it down, which that's a genius niche. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It's funny content. I mean, they're like they seem kind of cool, but you can tell that whatever that lifestyle, you have to deal with like whatever comes with it. So I mean,
Get it? Comes with it.
you're sick. You're a sick man.
Come on.
Hey,
good
come
job,
on.
good job.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. She got she got
Better
Sit
served.
down.
she got the python, bro. She got the python.
You got the Wakanda forever.
Did she go
Yeah.
back?
Wow. I mean, he did. Supposedly, he bought her like a Lamborghini for it. So I mean, obviously, they're swimming in money. I mean, if it's up to that, but it's also like, dude, you're porn stars. Like, just get fucking divorced. If it's gonna be like this big of a fucking problem, like, are you guys really gonna spend the rest of your lives? Are you gonna be 80 in a nursing home, being like, oh yeah, I remember when you fuck that
Got
huge
railed by
guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're Adam and the other guy are just doing all this shit to get everyone talking about it, which is smart, because everyone's talking about it. It's like
That's the thing.
like
Yeah, I mean,
It's the entertainment
will we ever
business.
know? Yeah, it's the entertainment.
yeah.
Could all just be for show. They could have done it already multiple times, but now they filmed it and
Yeah.
made money off of it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We
Yeah.
won't be posting that link on here. So
You can find that one on your own.
You can come to my Twitter page at Jake Perry 56. No, I'm not going to post it. But
how many
I've
people
seen
have
it.
came to your Twitter?
Probably less than 0.
Just describe exactly what you mean.
How many people have visited
What
your
do you
Twitter page?
A lot? I don't know.
Oh man, I don't understand. Like, maybe I just don't understand that part of it, but I just don't understand how that's even like normal. But maybe it is to them. I don't know. I guess if
It
you
would
said
be
that
fun
they
to
had
have
these threesomes constantly, then he's done it with other women too. So maybe this is her time.
That's
mommy
the
time.
thing. It's like, it's always women, and she's like, I want to try something I haven't had in a while, or maybe ever. So I mean, you can't really fault her, but maybe she got turned out a little too much, and she is gonna crave it. I don't know. That's fine. That's her prerogative.
Damn, man.
But
Yo,
yeah,
speaking of kind of that, along the lines of that, I was just going to the bathroom the other day, and it
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if I read this again, subconscious thoughts, but it was like almost every hand that you have shaken has probably had a penis in it at one point in time.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Men, women, no matter
Yeah.
what it is, man. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yep.
Does that bother you, Jake? What does that say
Hey.
about you? Is it something you
Hey,
worry
man.
about? Are you constantly thinking about dicks or what?
Hey, nothing bothers me. I never wash my hands after the bathroom anyway, so, we're hanging out.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we just shared a bowl of chips today.
Your private
sick
parts are
fuck.
the cleanest parts of your body.
Not mine.
I mean,
I don't know what that was supposed to mean. It's not like my dick's constantly dirty. That means nothing.
But that also leads us into a spotlight for Jacob's Jokes! Yeah!
Everyone's favorite segment. Well, we're not going to do Jacob's jokes, but there is one question I do have. The one question I have for you guys, and I hope this brings back fond memories. $2 million cash. No tax. Would you lose a leg?
No. It is not worth $2 million.
Yes, it is.
Where's
Yes,
the
it
leg?
is.
Where's
All
the
right,
leg getting lost from?
We have to define where is it below the knee or at the hip?
It's
'Cause if
below
at
the
hip,
knee.
there's no way. If it's
Yeah,
below the knee, $2 million is like nothing nowadays.
Yeah, but what?
Times
I'm
have
gonna take a look.
changed.
You guys debate it. I'm gonna look at some cool prosthetics that are out there.
But is the prosthetic included in the $2 million, or do
In
you
my
have to buy
scenario,
it?
it is. In my
So it
scenario,
comes with
you
the
get
chop off.
you get your leg chopped off. You get $2 million cash, and you get the prosthetic. It might not
How's
be
it
the
getting
best
chopped
prosthetic,
off?
but you get one
How's it getting chopped off?
under anesthesia in a fucking hospital.
Oh, 100%. I'm going all in on this. I'll do that shit for $1 million, bro. Chop
No
off my
way.
leg below my knee.
No way.
What effect does it have upon you below the knee for $1 million?
The ability to walk normal. I don't know. Your leg.
They can still walk normal, man. Like they got prosthetic legs now, man.
Well, they've always had prosthetic legs, but
Well, chop off both my legs for $2 million, and I'll be able to outrun anyone on this planet. See, look at
That's
that.
fine.
That's dope, man.
That's cool.
Look at
Has a
that.
Florida Gator. Has Florida Gators stickers all over it. That's fine.
oh.
This one looks cool.
All right, let me ask you this: would you chop off your thumb for $2 million?
100%.
No, that's weird.
What?
Jake just said 100%. Like, what do you? Why?
It's your thumb. Exactly.
What am I
Look at
gonna do
that.
with this?
You don't need your thumb. You got another
What am I
thumb.
gonna do with this? I couldn't even grasp my penis.
You can figure it out, man. Bro, you know how many people live in this world without limbs or without missing a couple couple
Well, yeah, they
fingers.
do all the time, but like,
And they didn't get paid $2 million, bro. They make it work. There's a guy
wonder
that
if-
just has like $2
what are you
million
gonna do with your
and
leg
he's
when you
doing-
chop it off? Are you gonna donate it to science? Do they take it somewhere? Do they throw it in the
Hey,
dumpster out
I'm just
back?
getting
Like,
paid, bro.
That's none of my business in this
Yeah.
scenario. It goes wherever
We're
it
getting
goes.
paid. We're getting paid, man. I'm taking the
What if
family
you
out to
kept it in, like,
Applebee's.
a glass jar inside your house.
Oh, like one of those science things, like the liquid that
Just
just
your
stays
leg.
fresh forever.
Yeah. And like
Shit, you
formaldehyde.
got a big ass jar for our legs.
That's my leg.
Oh,
bro.
hold on. Looking to see
Yeah.
what we got here.
You're not
How much
losing
is
your
a
thumb
kidney?
for
Would
$2
you
million.
donate a kidney?
You're not losing your thumb for $2 million, bro.
No.
Boom.
Oh my God.
Look at that! Look at that! What do you need your thumb for?
So,
You got
so
another
if,
thumb.
if we get a
Oh,
GoFundMe
this is for osteoarthritis.
for $2 million, you're gonna have
$2
some
million.
sort of worth it. If
What
there's enough money raised for $2 million, would you get your leg chopped off below the knee?
Can we start
Now we're
this?
going.
I mean, if there's a,
if
there's
we were gonna
a
raise money-
GoFundMe, would you
Yeah.
chop off
$2
your
million.
leg for $2 million?
Yeah. Dude,
$2
Ross,
million.
it solved
way.
all of my problems. It solved all my problems.
Great
$2 million. $2 million right now gets you, I don't know, a car, a house, probably 2 cars. I can get a
Would you
food truck.
live-
I can get a
would
fucking
you live
RV.
stream? Would you live stream your leg
Yeah.
getting cut off for $2 million if someone donated?
I was-
$2 million?
if I was
Violate some HIPAA
asleep-
rules at the hospital.
Listen, I've torn my ACL 3 fucking times. Combined, it's been 4 surgeries before insurance, over $50,000.
That you didn't get paid. You paid them.
More likely than not, I'm gonna have a 4th ACL reconstruction at some point in my life. That's
Go back to
bullshit.
Vegas, man.
Dude, you want to above the knee?
Dude, no. The doctors were the doctors were already telling me
half a leg.
Well, maybe I do go above the knee, but whatever. Dude, I would live with it. Fuck it.
$2 million. But
As long as it didn't stink, it'd suck dick to have like a stinky leg.
Bro, you
imagine waking up and like you can't even walk to the shower.
I just put my leg
you have
on.
a fake leg, man. Like,
Yeah.
you have a little nub. You learn to hop around.
Dude,
Give
it's
me a hop.
2023. It's 2023. They're gonna put like little fucking motors in those things soon, and it's gonna be the Will Smith arm from iRobot,
Dude.
or my Wakanda Forever, vibranium leg. I'm gonna kick the shit out of people.
Ross, what would you give up for $2 million? One of your mustache hairs? Come on now.
Yeah, I'd like to relax my entire body for $2 million.
Wait, prosthetic leg only costs about $25,000. Oh, wait, never mind. Computerized prosthetic legs may reach $70,000.
See?
So that's included with the deal. In my deal,
1.9 million left.
After
bro.
taxes,
Listen.
your $200,000.
Oh, we're talking about taxes?
Your $2 million is like $1 million.
no,
It's probably like $4.
This is after taxes. It's
Oh,
$2
so
million
$2 million
after
after
taxes.
$2 million
Yes.
cash.
Yes.
100%. My knee's coming off. I'll do my thumb too for another 500,000.
I'll give you a
I would
I'm
make
losing
this
my knee.
deal tomorrow.
Yeah.
If there's like I don't know where to go for this, but like there's probably a lab in China for this somewhere. If I have to go to Wuhan to get my fucking leg chopped off
Bro,
for $2
you
million,
might not come back.
well, I mean that's
Or
a
you
risk
come back
that
with
we're
a
talking
severe
about.
Infection.
Trust me. Well, yeah, that's definitely terrifying. I intend at some point in my life to go to Istanbul, Turkey, to get hair implants.
The hair transplants,
So
bro?
yes. I'm starting to thin, and oh, you can kind of see it. God, that fucking sucks. Look at that shit.
Well, at least yours ain't going back on the top right here. Mine's going back. I'm not thinning on top. Mine's just
You
going
got the
back
power
right
alleys.
Disgusting.
Yeah. We got the beat.
Yeah, so I am all for body alterations. I can't make my penis bigger, I don't think, but
Don't need it to, Brian. Don't need it to.
yeah,
Damn,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, man.
I
that's
definitely
like,
am gonna get hair plugs.
it's like that Powerball winner, like the over
my
$1 billion, and they took away 400, which is still
It's still a
frick
lot,
ton
but
of
like
money.
1.2 billion,
And
you only
how
won
does that
400 million.
And do different states tax you differently? Like if it was
Yes.
like, Rhode Island taxes you different than California, New York, or Montana, whatever it is. It's just like, do they tax you
Yeah.
differently? Obviously.
100%. It'd be like your baseball players that play in different states get taxed differently.
That's
Yeah.
so stupid, man. Like, I don't understand. It's like, especially this year, it's like they're all playing every team in the
Well, and
taxes
like
are just stupid.
some states have like a luxury tax too, right? Like if you make
Yeah.
an absorbent amount of money, you pay taxes.
It's starting to affect free agency in like football. Like guys don't want
Yeah.
to play in New York because
Or yeah,
it's so bad. California, yeah.
Sad.
D Hop going to
Taxes.
Tennessee. There ain't no taxes there.
They all go to die, man.
Yeah. Have fun playing with the Titans
yeah.
and whatever starting quarterback
Ryan
they throw out there.
Tannehill is gonna light it up.
Yeah. Or you have the Willis kid, Malik Willis from last year, or Will Levis. Yeah, right. Have fun, bro. I'm glad the contract worked out for you. Could have won a ring, dumbass.
Yeah, but the Chiefs still haven't signed Chris Jones as of today.
And the
Well,
Chiefs are favored
that's
to win the Super Bowl
mildly
by
concerning.
a shit ton.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Saw the odds yesterday morning. They were favored like it's unbelievable.
I just want to live through a Chiefs dynasty, and I think this year would be the year to cement it.
They have 2
Would
rings.
you
5 years?
give up one Chiefs Super Bowl for another Royals World Series?
No.
No.
I
do
want
you mean?
I want whatever Mahomes can do to be like the best ever. I want him to do everything. I saw Royals World Series. It was cool, but maybe in another 25 years we can get another
Back to
one.
back World Series.
Yeah.
1-1. Didn't win both, but 1-1.
Yeah.
That was good.
Really close. I mean, they were close to fucking tying it.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, boys, is that all we got?
I'm losing my leg. I don't care. I want $2 million.
Give me that $2 million deposit.
If we get a
right now.
GoFundMe,
Hey.
I want to live stream you losing your leg for the $2 million cash.
Ross, I know this isn't how this works, but what if I put on a nice suit, I went to the bank, and I was like, listen, I need a loan.
But you still have to pay that back.
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't
We're
think
talking
about
about someone.
Are you gonna collateralize your leg?
All right. Well, I'm gonna show up.
Leg.
I'm gonna show up with just a note, and I'm gonna just slide it across the desk, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna need $2 million
In this hypothetical situation,
in this hypothetical situation. That's definitely not gonna happen. Not planning it, but you know, I need $2 million because I need to lose my leg. So
Hell yeah. Call in.
call in. Show ideas.
we haven't done that in a while.
Let's rock.
Love.
Autobots, roll out.